Moment today for Rick Pitino. He was told today he's an official member of the Hall of Fame.
Not bad. He's had a pretty good week. His horse Golden Sense won the Santa Anita Derby too. But now we're going to meet the teams, the Cardinals and the Wolverines, and for the starting lineups, here again is Jim Nantz.
Welcome back, friends, to championship night in Atlanta, Georgia, and let's meet the teams. Playing in their first championship game since 1993. Tonight, they are in quest of their second NCAA title since winning it in 1989. From Ann Arbor, here are the Michigan Wolverines.
I play for my teammates. I play for my family. I play for all of Michigan's fans.
I play for Michigan.
Hardaway reloads it and hits it. And that was a no-look pass by McGarry.
Are you kidding me? Vince McGarry comes up big.
And the game will end on that dunk right there. Michigan on its way to the championship game.
We are Michigan.
Starting tonight for the Michigan Wolverines. At forward, a freshman from St. John, Indiana, number 1, Glenn Robinson III. At guard, a sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, number 3, Trey Burke. At forward, a freshman from Chesterton, Indiana, number 4, Mitch McGarry. At guard, a junior from Miami, Florida, number 10, Tim Hardaway Jr. At guard, a freshman from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, number 11, Nick Stauskas. And now appearing in their first national title game since 1986. And they are seeking their third NCAA championship. Please welcome the tournament's overall number 1 seed, the Louisville Cardinals.
I play for all our great fans. I play for my grandmother. I play for my teammates.
I play for my family. I play for Louisville.
What a play, flying through the air and put back up and in.
Doing work down in the big boy area.
He has taken over this game. Smith so dangerous.
Captain Peyton Siva.
The Cardinals close big.
We are Louisville.
Starting tonight for the Louisville Cardinals. At guard, a junior from Brooklyn, New York, number 2, Russ Smith. At guard, a senior from Seattle, Washington, number 3, Peyton Siva. At center, a junior from Kabimmer, Senegal, number 10, Gorgui Dieng. At forward, a sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 20, Wayne Blackshear. And at forward, a sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 21, Shane Bahanan. And introducing the head coaches for Louisville in his 12th season for the Cardinals, Rick Pitino. And for Michigan in his 6th season for the Wolverines, John Beilein.
The building seems to have a life of its own. It's time to play basketball when we come back for the championship. The Cardinals is set to throw it up, and we're underway.
345 teams started the season in October, chasing his dream. We are down to the final 2. Great matchup right here. Siva and Burke.
Siva's going to take it to the basket, up high off the window, too high, and Hardaway comes out of the pile with the long rebound.
What a great matchup on the perimeter. There's Louisville going to go into their matchup zone. Multiple defenses. That's a trademark of Pitino. He's a Picasso at work on the sideline, always making adjustments.
Gary's going to have to kick it back outside. And now Burke to the top of the circle again with 11 on the shot clock. In traffic, up high over Jang.
Terrific drive. They're right in the gap. They rotate it out of the matchup into a man-to-man. They do that often. They may go to 2 defenses in 1 possession.
He had to put that about as high on the window as you can, Dick, to get it over the outstretched arm of Jang. And now Smith's going to try to do the same on the other end, but this one comes out.
I got a feeling Trey Burke's going to have a big game. There's a certain bounce to his step.
Here he is for 3. Right on target.
He had a bounce in the warm-ups. I watched him show some leadership skills. I think he was kind of embarrassed by his performance the other day, but he certainly was content that his teammates carried him to get him into the final game.
And he almost had a steal there. Here's Jang, the kick out and the wide open look for Blackshear.
That's a big plus for them. Remember the game the other night, Blackshear, Behannon, and Jang didn't score in the first half.
Blackshear didn't score at all. Hardaway, scoop shot. Jang knocked it off the window.
Hey, John, look at the quickness. Look at the quickness. Got a block.
Foul on Burke.
Tell you one thing, this pace is going to be really exciting for the fans watching.
Burke first in transition and then the long 3.
He's got such range as a shooter. Played high school with Jared Sullinger, the former superstar at Ohio State.
Smith baseline. Burke got a piece of it. It still went in and out, and Stauskas handles the rebound.
They got to try to get some looks for Stauskas. I don't think he missed it in a warm-up. I watched him in a warm-up. He was like automatic.
He didn't miss in the regional final either. 6 for 6. Hardaway straight away. Robinson keeps it alive.
Robinson's daddy, remember, such a superstar. Player of the year when he played at Purdue.
But he never got to a title game like his kid.
That's right. He said, Daddy, I got one better than you, buddy. See how they quickly adjust. They match up on Stauskas. They know he's such a long-range shooter.
Burke again penetrates inside and adjusts in midair and scores again.
I'm telling you, Brad, he's headed for a big night. Showtime, the big stage. Great players rise, usually on the big stage. Louisville's got to get Behannon a little bit involved down in the post with his strength.
Yeah, and a nice spin on the baseline, but got too far under the basket. And Jang will keep it alive. The bounce pass. Blackshear off the window.
Nice play by Blackshear. That's a big plus for them. As you said a little bit earlier, he didn't score in the last game. He's already got 2 baskets.
That's a nice look by Jang, too.
And these teams play with such pride and passion. They want that gold trophy, the national championship. The intensity, we can feel it sitting here.
You sure can. Michigan by 2, 3.5 minutes in.
Now they're matching up. They changed so well. They really try to take you out of any rhythm offensively.
And again, this time around Jang, but not enough spin on it for Burke. And Louisville looking to tie. Smith flying down the court.
Was that quick? Was that quickness? That was a blur, man. That was a blur. He's done that on numerous occasions in New York City on the pavement. Played at Archbishop Malloy, dedicated the game to his former high school coach, the great late Jack Curran.
First tie of the night at 7. Burke the lob underneath. Not a good pass.
Not a good look right there. How much Jang in that lane?
And now Smith for the lead for Louisville. Had it blocked by Burke. And Stauskas saves it. And here come the Wolverines the other way.
Got some athletes on the court, man.
Burke leaves it for Robinson. But they're going to have a push inside. Man, you want to talk about speed? How about this? Smith get the Fab Five back together for this game tonight with the Wolverines and playing for the title.
You know, I think it's time to forgive and forget. People make mistakes. There were some mistakes made, obviously, but they brought those unbelievable baggy shorts, some trash, the black socks. I mean, it was unbelievable what they brought to the game of basketball.
The uniforms are a little different color than the ones the Wolverines are wearing tonight. Got to have sunglasses to do this game.
Hey, what about Burke already? 7 points, 3 baskets. Had only 1 in the last game against that Syracuse zone.
Spike Albrecht in there right now. Another good shooter from the outside. Stauskas missed that 3. McGarry tracks it down though.
Nice pass.
And the no-look is last touched by Bohannon.
What I love about McGarry is the ability to pass the basketball. What an improved player. You know, he had 2 double-doubles all year. He's already had 3 in the 5 games in the tournament. And Brad could have had 5. He was 1 rebound shy in 2 games.
I was thinking he was going to have a triple-double the other night the way he was passing the ball. Ooh, that's a dangerous
pass.
one, too.
Wow.
It got over Siva somehow.
Albrecht made 2 big threes. He was their answer to Henderson, who made the 2-3 for
It's going to take one right here. Got it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Made 2 big ones against Syracuse. He comes off the bench. Here's the kid. Not many people wanted him. Michigan gave him a shot, and he's being productive.
5'11" freshman out of Crown Point, Indiana, has just given Michigan a 3-point lead back. Here's Jang over McGarry. Nice shot.
That's good news for them because he was a no-show offensively in the last game against Wichita State. They got to get him involved. Prior to the Wichita State game, he was 24 for 28.
Siva making it hard on Hardaway all the way up court, and the last pass underneath is good to Robinson.
What a terrific look by Hardaway. Passed the rock really well. The basketball aficionados, you all know, his daddy, Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, we're talking about Robinson, too.
Yeah, Robinson, yep. As that ball screen, stepped out on the ball screen.
Smith, the bounce pass underneath is a beauty to Bohannon.
So I think they're going to get Bohannon involved. Great look by Smith. Well, these both clubs are really executing, really efficient.
This is a lot more crisp than it was in the early going the other night, isn't it?
Absolutely. The pace of the game, allowing the players to demonstrate their abilities. Good spacing on the floor. So you have a good spacing, you can't give a lot of help.
McGarry knocks down the 14-footer. Might not be good from the free throw line when he's standing still, but he's pretty good when he's moving.
Yeah, you're right about the free throw line. He's shooting 37% in the tournament, 44% overall. He got right in the gap there, caught the ball. There's no hesitation shooting that jumper.
Smith outside. A little too strong. And the long rebound comes to Hardaway on the run. Here's Albrecht. Got another one.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Mr. Albrecht playing like a star. He said, hey, nobody wanted me, but the Wolverines did, baby.
Michael Albrecht, just call me Spike, and he just put a spike in Louisville with another 3-pointer. Siva going to the basket, a foul underneath on Michigan.
You love seeing unsung heroes, kids that don't get a lot of notoriety, a lot of publicity, rise to the occasion. Here's Mr. Albrecht. There's Skip knocking it down just like he did against the Cuse.
He had 2 for 2 the other night. He's 2 for 2 in the early going here. And has given Michigan its biggest advantage. Siva cuts into that 6-point lead, though, from the free throw line.
I tell you, Brad, you don't see any nervous jitters. These kids are loose, playing really at a high level.
Peyton Siva, an 86% free throw shooter.
I'll tell you one thing, if you factor in point guard play this early in the game, the first 7 minutes, the combination of Burke and Albrecht have put up 13 points.
That's right.
Here comes some pressure.
Burke with a crossover to try to get around Smith.
Tough to pressure him. But Rick Pitino's smart enough that he will not open the court and utilize full court pressure constantly. He will change and vary. Albrecht really wants the rock, man. He's really active.
Goes all the way around Jang. And then scoops it to the outside. Shot off the mark, but the rebound, Horford fighting for it. And tie up, it'll stay with Michigan.
It's amazing the number of kids have basketball in their families. Horford,
Al
Robinson.
plays for the Hawks and was a two-time champion at Florida in college.
Yep. Hardaway. I mean, it's unbelievable. These kids have been with a basketball since the day they're born.
That's right.
When little toddlers.
Again, the deep pass. And this one's going to cost Jang a cheap foul. He might have wanted to stay away from that one.
Cheap foul, but I agree with you. Those are dangerous passes. They got away with 2 of them so far. Dangerous pass. Just putting that ball up in the air. It's like a defensive back going after for a pass for a touchdown.
We approach a 12-minute mark. Michigan by 4.
There's that big ball screen.
Burke thought about a long 3. Albrecht will take one and got another one.
America all over the world. His name is Albrecht. Albrecht.
Siva through traffic. Nice move with the left hand.
What a terrific move, Brad. Right down the lane. I mean, we get paid to watch this. This is incredible. This is super. Wow.
Michael. Spike. Albrecht. 3 for 3.
Like that, Spike.
He and Trey Burke have 16 of Michigan's 20 points.
They're 4 for 4, both guys combined, shooting threes.
So now Louisville will try a little backcourt pressure.
Tough to pressure this guy. As good as Siva is defensively, he likes to go north-south. They're going to run and jump at him. He has a great step-back jump shot.
Hancock in the lineup for Louisville. He was a hero the other night in the win over Wichita State with a 20-point outing. Here's McGarry driving against Jang. Turnaround jumper, no good.
Look for Hancock on a great ball fake. One of the best ball fakes in basketball.
Siva in traffic, kicks it out. Hancock does the ball fake, got his man in the air and got fouled, and I think it's going to be 3. And it's a second foul on Burke.
He has one of the best ball fakes I have seen this year. And that was a perfect example, Brad, of him utilizing it. Watch this for you young kids out there. He's going to catch the ball in triple threat position, and there's the ball fake. As soon as he gets it, he leaves something on the floor. And you know what he left on the floor?
And it's going to put him on the line for 3 free throws, but he missed the first one.
He gives them instant offense. Rick Pitino says he's the best 6-man in basketball.
Gotta wonder if John Beilein's going to take Trey Burke out of this lineup right now. Hancock at the second, and there he goes. 2 fouls, and that's going to bring out Karis LeVert, who had a nice night off the bench the other night. But there goes the player of the year, who started extremely hot, and now just 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes rather, into the game, he's got to sit.
You can see his frustration because he knew he was in a rhythm and a flow of the game. And that was a concern of Rick Pitino with his guards would wear out. Worried about the fact that when Siva or Smith would get him too early.
So Hardaway's going to have to become more of a ball handler as well.
One good thing they have big people that can handle the ball. McGarry,
just when we said that,
turnover.
Hancock steals it from Hardaway. Siva dribbled in traffic, and Hardaway almost got it back. In fact, the tie-up will keep it on Louisville's end.
Out of control right there. Good watch right there. Hancock popping the ball loose. As an example, alternate possession, penalize the defense.
Yep.
Defense makes a great play, they get the ball back.
Smith, pass was too strong inside. Trying to get it in the hands of Montrezl Harrell. And Louisville turns it over for the first time.
He should have dropped a little dime, a little bounce pass. You know, you talk about turnovers. Michigan is one of the best in America, offensively efficient. They don't turn the ball over.
Only 9.4 per game, which is tops in the country.
That's pretty good. You got a chance to win if you get shots.
Yep. And Robinson works out on top as we approach the midway point of the first half.
Hardaway with that good size.
Hardaway, and it's stolen again, this time by Siva.
As soon as you turned it back, what a great pass.
Smith up and under.
He had the easy layup, but everybody tried to make the difficult degree of
Van Treese keeps it alive, though, with the offensive rebound. Siva thinking about a three. On the switch out, McGarry on him, and now McGarry turns around and Siva goes right inside.
Nobody rotated over on Siva. He stepped out. You're going to see the steal right there. He came from the offside. Really quick. Look at him. Great quickness. Should have made the layup right there. Trying to reverse layup. Degree of difficulty. You thought maybe he'd get more points.
Hardaway, that's the second time he's had it stolen now. So not having Trey Burke out there to handle the ball has cost Michigan a couple of times.
That's a big loss with him on the sideline.
Double dribble. Louisville turns it right back over. That's their second miscue.
See, the difference right now is all doesn't have the ability to beat you off the dribble like Burke does. He's a stationary catch-and-shoot kind of guy.
He's a spot-up shooter, but they don't want him handling it all that much. Well, here he comes. We'll see how he does with it.
He's not a bad handler, but he's not going to beat you with speed. Even though right there he goes down the lane.
He just beat everybody with speed.
Yes, sir. I mean,
11 for Albrecht.
He's in one of those zones. He's in a zone right now.
He's playing like he's in a Hoosiers movie. 11 points. Smith had it stuck by McGarry.
Great job by McGarry.
And Albrecht the outlet.
Watch McGarry pass the rock.
Stauskas got it.
Created by McGarry. McGarry the distributor, the facilitator. He finds the open Stauskas. He didn't make any against Syracuse, but he made 6 in a row against the Gators.
Michigan up by 8. They've already got 5 3-pointers in this half.
And they got their stars sitting on the sideline.
Biggest lead of the night so far. Wolverines by 8.
Tell you what, they're playing pretty good defense, Michigan. Many people always compliment their offense, but their defense has stepped up.
Smith got it up on the window, but Levert pulls it off the window.
They're not getting easy shots at all when you look at Louisville. Every shot challenged.
You're the guy that's playing like the most valuable player in the event right now, Albrecht. And cuts inside, and then got hammered. He'll go to the free throw line.
Why is that kid becoming a star? The star of stars tonight. You talk about an unsung hero, Spike Albrecht. Look at that drive. Who said he can't beat people? Did I say that?
You did.
I was wrong to be a turnover. There's Stauskas knocking down the big three. People in Canada are cheering for that. He's a Canadian. Dan Schumann is cheering. So is our guy, John Saunders.
Spike Albrecht, 9 out of 10 on the year. And he misses a free throw. He had been perfect, 9 for 9 up until Saturday when he missed one, and now he's missed one here.
It's amazing. His high game, as you said earlier, he's got a career high already, was 7 points. Here he is on a bigger stage, 75,000 plus, millions watching all over the world, and he steps up and he says, hey, I'm going to show I can play.
They're going crazy in Crown Point, Indiana right now, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Where's Crown Point?
In Indiana.
They got more people. They got more people sitting downstairs here than they got Crown Point.
You got that right.
They're going to a zone. Little zone right now. He played that 1-3-1 when he was at West Virginia a lot. He's been a man team. I think it's a smart move right now. Make them shoot over the top of that.
And again, Michigan doing this. Michigan doing this right now without Trey Burke on the floor, but a nice look inside of the hand, and he's got 4.
Terrific execution and attacking that zone. Stepped in the gap, jagged, and the open look to be handled.
And Russ Smith picks up kind of a cheap foul in the backcourt, trying to come up with a steal. 7:45 remaining in the first half. Michigan right now shocking the Louisville Cardinals. Indiana, population around 27,000, so you were right. About half the lower bowl here at the Georgia Dome would fill up Crown Point, Indiana.
You know, he's had a great game. On the other side, Smith, their big-time scorer, 25 points a game, has 1 for 8 so far. They're going to have to get him going, Louisville, to win this basketball game.
So again, Albrecht out there, Trey Burke on the bench, the player of the year with 2 fouls early. But it hasn't mattered as they've maintained this lead with him on the bench. They've got a lot of reserves in there right now, does Michigan. Stauskas is one of the starters, and he gets it to the other one. And he knocks it off the window, Mitch McGary.
He's been sensational throughout the entire tournament. His stock is rising and rising and rising. So strong, great hands.
Siva takes it against him and just flat lost the ball. Looking for a foul, didn't get it. Michigan's got numbers coming the other way. And Siva trying to steal the ball right back. Levert keeps it alive.
Levert gave them a big lift against Syracuse.
If I was Russ Smith, I wouldn't back too far off number 2 when he's got the ball in his hands. McGary, right-handed hooks, not even close. And the second attempt's blocked by Jank.
Yeah, Morgan inside. John came over and got a piece of it.
Now Smith on his way to the hoop again, and he's fouled.
Remember, he struggled here shooting free throws, missed 7 in the game against Wichita State. He's an 80% plus free throw shooter.
He started off 0 for 4. We were wondering if the vastness of the Georgia Dome may have had some effect on that, but there's Stauskas with the foul.
He's an attacker. He's always in the attack mode. Smith catches the ball and wants to go right to the rock.
And no problem with that free throw.
He said, that's a New York City, me, man. I'm New York City. I want to attack the rim.
Hardaway and Robinson coming back in.
Saying Michigan getting a break, but they're able to keep Burke on that sideline with 2 fouls and still have a plus here, 8.
No problem from the stripe tonight.
Here comes the full guard pressure. Whenever they score, the ball goes through the net. That's when they put on that tenacious pressure.
And now Henderson and Albrecht.
2 unsung heroes going at it. 2 kids didn't get a whole lot of playing time during the year, and here they are playing on the biggest stage of all.
Albrecht drives inside, the kick out to Robinson for 3. Air ball, McGary goes to the deck to get it, and now we got a pile up on the baseline.
We got 3 good officials on this game. Johnny Cal, Tony Green, John Higgins. What a wealth of experience. A little undercut right there, not deliberate. Goes to the deck. He looks like he could be one heck of a tight end.
He's a tight end, only bigger. So the possession arrow gives it to Michigan. Albrecht having trouble getting it in. They call a timeout. And let's see, Tony Green is going to come to the scores table. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
He's giving the ball back to Michigan on the baseline.
Maybe the ball was touched by the defender, and that gives the Wolverines another opportunity to inbound. And now they use a taller Hardaway to bring it in.
They just keep flipping that ball back.
Albrecht, pull-up jumper. Man!
I can't believe it. I cannot believe what I'm saying. Bam, bam, bam. Somebody tell me, is this kid for real? Spike Albrecht.
He's perfect so far, except 1 missed free throw.
Think they're jumping with joy in Ann Arbor?
Wow. 10-point Michigan lead. Smith is short again on the drive inside.
He's having a game of his life. Game of his life. Around the back, there he is squared up. Nothing but nylon. A kid in Indiana. I bet he had a basket in his yard. And I bet you he was shooting and shooting and shooting. They told me when he was recruited, people laughed at him at the airport when he was flying in. They're not laughing now.
They're not laughing now. And right now that rim looks like the size of a hula hoop to him.
Looks like the ocean.
This time knocked away, but they're going to call a foul on Hancock.
Pulling contact from the back. The Hall of Famer Rick Pitino was announced today. Look at the intensity, passion. It's all about today. Trying to be the first coach to win 2 national titles at 2 different schools.
But right now, Michigan, with Trey Burke, the player of the year on the bench, has outscored Louisville by 7 while he's over there sitting. Albrecht, this one's blocked by Jank.
Jank's that big fella, don't bring it in the lane. I'll shut out at the right lane. Rick Pitino is working that sideline. John Beeline trying to make Rick Pitino the 4th national championship coach to go down against him this year as the block.
And then the foul on McGarry after that, his first. Approaching the 5-minute mark, and Louisville in some danger here, already down double figures.
You talk about getting positive quality minutes out of a player with your star on the sideline. Could you get any more than what you're getting from Auburn?
That pass kicked by McGarry.
Tell one thing they've done well, Michigan, not allow Louisville in transition, because that's where Smith's at his best.
Another block shot inside, and Louisville loses the handle. And now McGarry walked with it.
They lifted his pivot foot. They have not been able to get in transition at all in Louisville. And that's when Smith is at his best.
Right.
He lifts his pivot foot. As soon as you lift your pivot foot, violation. These officials got a wealth of experience. Johnny Cal's 7th national championship game. Tony Green is 5th.
John Higgins is first. Here's Jang across the lane. McGarry at least got a hand in the way. 11-4 run, as I mentioned, since Burke had to sit with those 2 fouls.
And it was all because of number 2, Spike Albrecht.
And a foul on the inside. And it's on Russ Smith, and that's 2 on him.
So that's big. You got to watch that because they don't have depth at all at the guard slot.
Let's see if Rick Pitino will sit him down. The 2 fouls. 4:24. We got a TV time coming up. TV timeout coming up shortly. And they are going to bring Henderson in, though. And I think Smith's going to sit. And that'll be the exchange. They have to do that.
Have to do it. First half, you got to make sure he doesn't get that third.
So now, Hardaway will inbound.
This is nothing new for Louisville. They faced this situation on numerous occasions. We saw it the other night, down 12.
The 2 biggest comebacks in the tournament were Michigan coming from 14 down to beat Kansas to get here, and what happened the other night with Louisville down 12 and beating Wichita State. So there's comeback capabilities on both sides.
Survive in advance. That was the theory against Kansas, man. They were really down and out. Made some big shots to pull that game out.
Albrecht, the layup.
I cannot believe it. This kid is just amazing me. Not just shooting the ball around, but he's changing direction, hesitation, dribbles, around the back. Where has he been? John Beeline, how he's not played for.
Right now, his teammates are mugging him over there.
Look at this kid.
He's doing a little bit of everything.
He's making like Cassie Russell. Going in halftime.
There's his season numbers, and there's his numbers tonight. It's incredible. It's just incredible.
It is really. It's unbelievable. Average 1.8 a game. Come here in front of 75,000 fans and be electrifying. You think he'll be big man on campus if they to win?
Wow. The only shot he missed was because Jang blocked it. 13-4 run in the last 5.5 minutes.
Also doing a good job defensively. He's matched up with Siva.
Hancock, who got 20 the other night, hasn't scored yet. He's fouled. Well, he has scored, I should say, but from the free throw line, hasn't scored from the floor. That young man has been the star of the show so far. 3:33 remaining, putting on an unbelievable show here in the first half of the national championship game.
He's making like a kid that played out of French Lick, Indiana, Larry Bird. I mean, he's making like an unbelievable star. Hey, think about this. Between Burke and Albrecht, they have 24 of the points, the point guard position. They have dominated Seaver and anybody else who's tried to guard them.
Hancock at the free throw line where he's 3 out of 4, but he's yet to hit a field goal. He hit some big threes the other night.
It's got to shake you up as a team and a coach. When a kid like Albrecht, I will guarantee you, at their meetings, they didn't have a whole lot to say other than, he's a spot-up shooter. Make sure you match up on him.
They sure weren't saying, look out for number 2. He could beat us. I'm sure of that.
Beat us off the bounce, too.
Hardaway with a finger roll. Got it.
That's his first basket. He was 0 for 4. 0 for 4, and he comes up big with a drive to the goal. They got to be so pleased with their effort here with the superstar player of the year sitting on the sideline.
Well, here's the situation Louisville was in the second half the other night, down 12, and had to dig themselves out of that hole. Can they do it again tonight?
This might be a little tougher hole because of the kind of personnel they're facing.
Timeout with 3:02 to go in the first half. There it is, Michigan leading the Louisville Cardinals by 12. Championship to add to the one he won at Kentucky in 1996, but his Cardinals are going to have to scrap and scrape against John Beilein's Wolverines because we've only got 23 minutes of basketball left, and they're down 12.
You know, they're really dominating on the glass as well. Michigan really 2-to-1 ratio.
That'll help. Hancock for three.
So nice when you can bring a guy off the bench who can make shots.
Robinson weaving through traffic, and he's fouled by Hancock, and that's his second.
Doing a good job attacking that pressure. Whenever Louisville scores, they go to full court pressure defense.
So Glenn Robinson, the third, will go to the line for 1-1. As Dick mentioned earlier, his dad, player of the year in his last season at Purdue, but never made it to a title game. And big dog, Glenn Sr., who makes his home here in the Atlanta area, says, you bet I'm living through my kid vicariously because he's got a chance for something I never got.
You know, Robinson right now, Robinson the third, he's played really well throughout the entire tournament. He went through a little slide late in the season, but he really found himself in tournament action.
This is the second free throw, however, and with 2:40 remaining, it's a 10-point game. Hancock will try another triple over McGarry. Got it.
There he is again, just picking up from the other day. Did the same thing against Wichita State. That three just changes the game.
So
Gets you right back in.
Chance are not boos, it's chance of Luke for Luke Hancock.
Made a George Mason for Jimmy Larinaga, transferred.
Albrecht looking for a pick from McGarry, but he's got Jang way out on him right now with 10 on the shot clock.
Got to switch inside.
Albrecht, Levert for three. And the rebound will be Sievers.
One thing about Louisville, they don't go away. They keep coming at you, at you, at you.
Hancock way downtown.
Wow, he shot that from Marietta. Marietta, Georgia. Oh, what a lift he has given him again. A roll-out specialist, and now off the bench, he gives you relief. Mr. Hancock moving up to his coach's billing.
And a timeout taken by John Beilein. Louisville's come storming back. They were down 12. They won the NCAA basketball championship, and Luke Hancock and Spike Albrecht are putting on a show for us in the first half.
Well, 9-1 run right now by Louisville. You know, that was reminiscent. They were down 12 when Henderson hit the 2 threes.
That's right.
And just gave them so much momentum. You can see that body language now a lot better.
Minute and a half to go in the half.
I think they were stunned by Albrecht. Seaver playing him right now as tough as he can.
McGarry, a little too strong. Nice strong rebound by Blackshear. Then the Cards cut further into the lead. We're about to find out. Not on that shot, but a great offensive rebound by Van Treese to keep it alive.
Van Treese gives him a big body. They got a nice bench. And it was even a better bench when they had Kevin Weir, who could start from those schools across America.
So 107 on the game clock, 33 on the shot clock.
I tell you, it's exciting. Think about it. One of these schools is going to walk out here jubilant with a national championship trophy, the best of the best.
Hancock had a look, but Levert got out on it quickly.
He used that ball fake really well.
Now he takes it and got it.
I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Rick Pitino can't believe it either. Looking on the sideline. Loop, they're yelling. Loop, loop, loop. It's got great rhythm to his shot. It's been Albrecht and Hancock. Albrecht and Hancock. It's not been Seaver, Smith. It's not been really Robinson, Burke, all the major names, McGarry.
Big pick set out on top, but the ball is loose. And now if they get it to Seaver, it's going to be Louisville in front. Incredible.
What a comeback. What a comeback.
Albrecht to try to give him the lead back. Drop the ball off. And a foul underneath. That is Louisville's first lead, by the way.
One of the few transition baskets they had, and it was showtime. Almost like the Doctors of Dunk back in 1980 when Louisville won the national title with the high rise of Darrell Griffin and company.
So now things calm down for just a moment with 2.5 seconds remaining in the half. As you see the flush by Montrezl Harrell that gave them the lead, their first lead. Now we can see if we'll have a tie ball game for just the second time. And we do, courtesy of Glenn Robinson III.
I'm telling you, this is really unbelievable basketball. We're watching a tremendous performance, good execution, quality play. See, I thought it was dramatic on Saturday, but it wasn't quality play.
Not like this. Michigan back in front by 1. As Robinson got both.
Two key players that have to be really vital in the second half. Fouls sitting on the sideline. Smith for Louisville and Burke for Michigan.
Ziva almost went on a half-court shot. What a half of basketball we've seen in Atlanta.
It's been awesome, baby, with a capital A.
Those guys were down a dozen, and Rick Pitino the first to meet them because they've scrapped their way back, and Luke Hancock has shot their way back in it against Spike Albrecht and Michigan. Those two guys have done all the damage. 33 points between Albrecht and Hancock, and we got a one-point game at the break.
Sitting on the pine to start the game have been the star of stars in the first half, Albrecht and Hancock. We can't say it enough how efficient they've been.
Interesting now, Trey Burke comes out to start for Michigan to start the second half, but Russ Smith does not come out to start the second half for Louisville.
That was interesting. That Smith, he's waiting a little bit. Smith really had not a good first half at all, 1 for 9, but he's had moments like that. Then all of a sudden he'll hit 5 in a row.
Here we go, 20 minutes away from crowning a champion, barring overtime.
Burke's got to be careful not to get number 3.
Blackshear, he got the 3, and Louisville's in front.
Blackshear's really played well. He didn't give them any kind of production against which that's the pressure. Telegraphed that pass. I mean, that pass was so telegraphed. You could see where it was going.
Biggest lead of the night for Louisville. A deuce.
They're like a championship fighter. They get on the ropes.
They get hit a lot.
That's right. They get hit a lot, and then it's battle and battle back.
So here's Burke now to work against Siva in the backcourt.
I guess they're like my Zahn, Rocky Marciano. They hit a lot, but ultimately, bam, they hit you, bam.
And finished undefeated.
Siva playing Burke. Burke had a great start. How to switch off on him.
There's Stauskas, who scored in the first half after not scoring the other night. 7 on the shot clock. They clear out. Burke's going to take it in the paint. Has to kick it back. Robinson. Got it.
What a big shot. What a big shot. What a big dog, son. Yes, son. Big shot, just like Daddy.
Little dog hits it with the shot clock expiring, and we're even for the 3rd time tonight.
He may be called Big Dog. Look at him right to the goal.
Siva had it blocked by Robinson.
This is the way championship games are supposed to be played. At this pace, the emotion, intensity, the productivity, the passion. Both these coaches want it so bad. Hall of Famer this morning. Horace wins the Santa Anita Derby, going to run in the Kentucky Derby. He's the best player in America this year. Number 3.
Number 3 guarding number 3. 2 best backcourts, arguably, in basketball in this one. Nice drive to the hoop by Hardaway, and he drew a foul.
They're going to get Hardaway going offensively. He's also very capable of putting points on the board. He's been a little quiet.
Bad news on that foul, Dick. It's on Hancock, and that's 3.
That's 3 on Hancock. Smith's going to be coming in, I believe, for him. Smith is true.
Hardaway will go to the free throw line. 70% free throw shooter. His first trip there tonight.
Hancock's trying to win a battle with Rick Pitino from the sideline. Coach, I can play with 3. Coach, I can play with 3. He said, no, you're going to sit next to me and then give us a little dramatics in the last 10 minutes.
Tim Hardaway Jr. second and 2. Missed the second, but he did give Michigan the lead back.
His father had the best crossover you could ever see, front change. Wow, to break ankles.
He's a lot bigger than his daddy, though, about 5 or 6 inches. Here's Bohannon against McGarry. Got bumped in the paint, still got a shot up off the window.
I can't understand why they don't go to him more often. We saw that in the second half of Wichita State. He's strong, he's got good touch around the basket.
Yeah, he didn't score in the first half, had 10 in the second. Other way to kick out. Robinson had it stripped, but he's fouled by Siva.
You got to watch whenever you spin dribble, you turn your back, Louisville rotates over. There's Bohannon right now. He's going to take the challenge. He's going to run up McGarry. Power against power.
250-pounder against a 250-pounder.
That's 500 pounds.
That is. Showing again why you're one of the greatest math teachers ever.
Back in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Burke, got it.
Are you serious? I mean, he was challenged on that shot. That's like against Kansas, the Jayhawks. Oh, what a final we have. This is special, people. Call your friends up.
Michigan back in front by 2.
Canada, Italy, France, Czechoslovakia, everywhere. Call your buddies up.
Here's the spin up and under. A walk.
Yeah, he picked up his foot. Good call by John Higgins. Now watch this by Burke. There's the screen by McGarry. Defense challenges him. I mean, that was a long-range 3. It was an area code jump shot. Shot it from my partner's house here, the Atlanta suburbs. I think your wife opened up the door and let him shoot it.
She can't play defense. Burke got his man in the air. Nice speed, extra pass. McGarry.
He finally got the deuce, but he hesitated. He should have went quicker. Used his right hand, left-handed player. Nice little comeback by Michigan to answer the knockout by Louisville.
And now Michigan's got its biggest lead of the second half. 16:54 remaining. The big fella says, I'm open. Get it to me. He was right.
Yes, sir.
Timeout to try to stop that Michigan run of 5 straight points. Let's see if it pays off.
He's been brilliant on the bench throughout his career. That's why he's a Hall of Famer. Here's Louisville with the basketball. I think Bohannon's got to get some touches inside. Got to post him up.
Siva weaving through traffic. There he got it to Bohannon, who got fouled underneath by McGarry.
Things going really well for Louisville and athletics. Tom Jurich and that program. I mean, you think about Charlie Strong in football. They got a beautiful football stadium, Papa John's Stadium. By the way, he's sitting behind us, cheering like crazy, John Stoddard.
You're trying to get a free pizza.
Yeah. What about, hey, think about their basketball team, the women's team, playing for the national title tomorrow against Connecticut.
And Tom Jurich will fly, the athletic director aforementioned. He's put a lot of miles in going back and forth between the men's and women's basketball team, and they play Gino Auriemma and the UConn women for the Crown tomorrow in New Orleans.
Gino 7-0 in championship games, and also 2004 was the last time you had a men's and women's team win the title.
And that was UConn, right?
Yep.
Amika Okafor was the most outstanding player in that win for the men. We'll find out who's going to be the most outstanding player in this one. There have been some sensational performances by 2 guys that didn't start the game. Here's Stauskas trying to find a handle on that pass and threw it away.
Bad play right there. Almost had a push off by Smith.
Now Stauskas going back after it and does come up with it.
Got contact. Pull a walk. Now he got contact.
Going to be a foul on Siva. That's his second. So Stauskas lost the ball, but given credit for scrapping back and stealing it away.
Take a look right here. Louisville women's team has really been a surprise team.
Duke men and women in '99, but neither one. Robinson handled the inbounds pass. And now Hardaway turn around, short range. Siva way up for the rebound.
Okay, Siva's a tenacious player.
And Robinson knocked it away, so no transition for Louisville. They were trying to get out and run a little bit.
Seaver puts a lot of pressure on you with his quickness and his speed and the way he runs the ball up the court, Brad.
Under 6. So for Michigan, it'll be Hardaway, Robinson, Albrecht, McGarry, and Burke on the floor. For Louisville, Bohannon, Hancock.
He's got Smith out of the game.
Siva, Smith's not in there, and Jang. Siva just challenging everybody inside and scored.
Nice play by Siva. That's a little showtime right there. Little showtime.
Little trouble getting the ball inbound again.
He can run the baseline. He just stood there.
Albrecht behind the back to get around Siva's defensive advance.
Got a matchup with Hancock with 3 fouls. Gordon Burke. I think he's too quick with the dribble for Burke. There's a switch off now.
Burke with Jang on him. He'll drive it in. Lost the handle. I don't think it was a block shot. I think he just lost it going up. Jang, extra pass underneath. That's a good one. Bohannon.
Right to Bohannon. He's a key player. They got to get more touches. Just when you think you got Louisville a little bit on ropes, they come right back. Bam, bam, bam.
And bam, bam, they're up by 1.
Yes, sir.
Burke, nice spin inside, but against the big fella and drew the foul.
That was a terrific move, though. What a spin in the lane. Just acrobatic. Look at Seaver right here. Watch this ball handling. I mean, he goes to the deck, stays down like Marcus Haynes. Look right between the legs. What a spin move. And then great hang time. Try to match that in a game of horse.
Good luck. Trey Burke, 80% foul shooter. He was only 4 out of 6 from the free throw line the other night, too.
Some guys have problems with the depth perception, playing in a big dome. It's interesting to see that Russ Smith's on the sideline.
So now Burke with 10 points. Trying to tie the game. And does. Tie game for the 4th time tonight.
Seaver creates problems with his penetration ability. He drives so well. And switch inside now. Got a mismatch. Look at Burke trying to play Bohannon. Get the ball inside to him.
Now Smith lost the handle, got it back, and missed a bad shot. A bad shot.
Poor job right there executing.
Robinson hits the deck. The ball stripped out of his hands.
They missed it there. That was a foul. You got mugged. You got mugged. That's one of the things that have to be cleaned up in college basketball. Too much physical contact takes away the flow of the game offensively.
Pass into the backcourt again for Albrecht to shag down.
There's a great matchup. 2 terrific guards. Seaver with his great quickness. Burke with his tremendous offensive talent. Look at this here. The 2 number 3s going at it.
Can't get around him. McGarry on the low block against Jang. Trying to cross the lane. He'll have to give it back outside to Hardaway. His 3's no good. Jang with a rebound.
Jang did a great job staying on the floor, going to McGarry.
Siva all the way, scoops it up. And a second chance by Bohannon will send him to the free throw line.
I'll tell you, Bohannon's been a real thoroughbred here in the second half. He is working like you cannot believe. Very physical. Look at that body. As Siva, pressure, he puts on with his driving ability. Comes up empty, but has Bohannon on the glass.
That's the 3rd foul on McGarry, Jim.
Yep, 3 on McGarry. A 3 on Hancock.
Bohannon's about a 50-50 guy from the free throw line. He drained that one. And now the 6'6" sophomore on Cincinnati. They'll try to put Louisville back in front by a couple.
He's got some body.
I was going to say, he's put together, isn't he?
He is put together.
Got them both. Looked like an 80% free throw shooter. Instead of 54.
100%. There it is. Full court pressure. Face guarding. They want to get that trap. You don't want to go there. Get away.
And he knew wisely to get it back in the middle of the floor.
They're going to run and jump. Now here comes Hancock.
Albrecht all the way down, trying to feed Robinson. Instead, they turn it over.
Great rotation by Louisville in their pressure from the help side.
Hancock finds a wide open Smith for three. Got it.
Just a matter of time. He's a born scorer. He's from Brooklyn, New York. He's averaged 25 a game.
Biggest lead of the night for Louisville.
He can be very streaky. He makes one. Watch out. He can get off.
Now Michigan's got to fight back from 5 down. And they do for 2. It went in anyway, but it would have been goaltending.
Great execution right there. Using the size of Hardaway. I'm going to watch the 3 right here by Smith. Squares his body, has the open look. He was 1 for 9 in the first half. He's a very streaky shooter.
Cardinals by 3. We're under 13 minutes to crown a champion. Bohannon spins inside. Rather, Blackshear, and Bohannon cleans up.
There's my guy, Bohannon. I've often felt that he doesn't get enough touches. He's becoming a real monster on the grass. Louisville trying to win the national championship. First time since 1986. When Denny Crum, another nervous Purvis Ellison, beat a great Duke team.
Crowd is deafening right now. And we got a foul. And it's going to be on Smith, I think.
Here goes Bohannon from the offside. The tip in.
And that is 3 fouls on Smith now, who played with 2 for quite a while and picked up his 3rd. With 12:20 left.
See, if I'm Burke, I go right at him. He's got 3 fouls. I go right at him.
Here he comes.
I go right at him. Make him have to guard you.
Nice job by Jeng to help out.
Give him a screen. I'd give him a screen and let him go right at him.
Burke for 3. Got it.
Smart play. Smart play. Say, try to guard me, Russ. Try to guard me. You can't check me. You got 3. You might not be able to check me if you don't have any. I'm the best player in America. If you don't believe it, go look at my trophy case.
It keeps getting more and more full by the day. Siva on the drive. Kick out. Smith from the other side. And the rebound is Burke's. Michigan can tie her lead on this possession.
Boy, this is fun, man. This is fun.
And
this is
now
absolutely
got
fun.
3 fouls.
I cannot believe it. This is so much fun.
Trey Burke. They don't call him Trey for nothing. There goes the 3. And that's a 2-point game.
That's a tray. That's a tray by Trey. Big time with the showdown between the kid from French Lick, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson back in 1979. And that was the year when a network came by the name of ESPN.
And the year Al McGuire won it, think about the old Omni. There was about 15,000 for that one. And now we've got 74 plus. Albrecht missed one. And Siva the rebound. Bringing it down, 1-on-2, and scores.
He is so good in transition. He's run, baby, run. Here comes the full guard trap.
Albrecht, the bounce pass is a good one underneath. There's going to be a foul on Harrell as he hammered Jordan Morgan.
Harrell very strong physically. You know, got a little foul trouble for Louisville. They got 3 guys with 3. There's Siva with that drive to the goal, with finger roll. You know, Hancock's got 3, Siva's got 3, and Smith's got 3. Senior, Mr. Morgan, made that exclamation point jam to solidify the game against Syracuse. He's had some injuries during the course of the year.
Morgan, who had the slam dunk to end the game the other night, gets his first points of this title game.
Lost his starting job to Mitch McGarry. He's starting most of the year. Had an injury.
Jordan, the junior out of Detroit, averaging a little under 5 points and 4.5 rebounds a game.
A lot of perspiration on the floor, players slipping.
And now, 2nd and 2. Got them both. Morgan's 2 has made it a 2-point game again.
Well, Michigan's a bonus already, too, so that's a plus. They're going to stop the Siva. They got a lot of penetration. Look at his
nice move by Siva and a great look by Hancock.
Great look by Hancock with his great size. They ran a little back screen. Nobody communicated. He was wide open for a layup. You got to communicate on those back screens.
Robinson on the crossover. Had to give it back out on top to Burke.
And here it is. Smith with 3 on him. He's looking for the screen.
Now drives into traffic and tried to get the pass down to Morgan, and it was Jang that knocked it out of bounds. With 7 to shoot.
Such a terrific kid. You get to know Trey Burke. I get to meet his mom, dad. Just a great family. He has great role models in his parents. Love at home.
Wanted to play his sophomore year for a chance to win a national title. Now he's 10.5 minutes away.
Was not a big-time recruit. Originally committed to Penn State.
Robinson with the shot clock winding down. Hits a big one. Hardaway.
Hardaway with a big shot there. He's made a couple of big plays here in the second half. Every time it looks like Louisville's going to get away, Michigan comes back with a big shot. Now let's see if they can get a stop.
Try to double team on Hancock. And now Jang finds Smith wide open for 3. In and out. Burke on the rebound. Michigan trying to run and they throw it away. Siva the other way. All the way.
He is so good going to the goal with either hand. Great front change. Really attacks. The quickness. They are so quick, Smith and Siva.
Thought maybe John Beeline would call a timeout there, but he won't. Let him play on. Down 4. Hardaway drives and slams.
That's a big-time play. Tim Hardaway said, "Hey, my daddy was big-time, and so am I." Little Jam City, up and away. He's made 3 big shots every time Michigan's been a little bit on the ropes. This is a heavyweight championship battle. These are Goliaths, man, going at it.
Hancock again got his man on a ball fake, and McGarry fouls him outside the arc.
That's
McGarry's 4th foul, and Hancock going to the line for 3.
He has the best ball fake in college basketball.
Watch this move by Hardaway, though, over Jang. Jang didn't put his hand in the way, just got his head out of the way.
6'6". You got a guard, 6'6", versatile. He can shoot the 3, he can attack off the bounce.
Now McGarry's going to have to sit down again, and it'll be Morgan to come out to take his spot.
Tell you one thing, more kids, I hope they're learning watching this with this kid Hancock. That ball fake is unbelievable. It's allowed him to go to the free throw line several times for 3s.
There's a foul trouble for both teams, and McGarry realizing not only was it not the smartest foul in the world, but he sends Hancock to the line for 3.
Missed the first one like he did last time, too, when he got fouled on a 3.
But he's got 2 left here. Working with 16 points all in the first half. And it rimmed out again.
He hits the open 3s like they're layups, and he goes to the free throw line, and he goes probably 1 for 3. I don't think he'll take the hat trick.
You don't think so?
No, put 1 in the book right now. Come on, write it down. Put 1 down.
Right now he's 4 out of 7 from the stripe. We'll give him 1 more chance here. And there you go.
He's 4 for 4 shooting 3s. Here comes the full gut pressure. Every time the ball goes through the net.
1 possession game right now with 9 minutes and change to play.
Rick Pitino, a master on the sideline, and that he knows when to use the press and when to take it off.
Hardaway, long ball. Morgan had a hand on it. Siva comes up with it, and on the move.
Siva should be too quick for Albrecht to check.
Got the pass over to Smith. He'll take the jumper and got it.
What a nice combination. They've been making music all year long. Siva and Smith, 15 in a row they've won. Will they get their coach, Mr. Pitino, a championship to be the first coach to have 2 at 2 different schools?
Hardaway on the other end had 1 rim out. Louisville's got its biggest lead matched. Up 5 and ball in hand with 8:20 to go.
Going to be a little danger time now for Michigan. Remember this, those 2 guards can make free throws better than 80%, Siva and Smith.
Siva lost his footing and lost the ball. Just kicked it
Too
out
fast.
of bounds.
He was out of control. And that's going to happen because at such a pace. Can't get any rest at all. We're out. They want to win this, dedicated to their teammate Kevin Wears from the Atlanta area.
Right. Played his high school ball at Rockdale County High. So now some substitutions on both sides. Blackshear coming back in. Stauska's coming back in. There's Kevin.
He's smiling. He likes the fact his team up 5. Remember, they were down 12 in the first half.
Did they come back from 12 as they did against Wichita State and win, and come back from 12 again tonight and win a title? That's not what we're going to find out in the next 8 minutes. Burke off the window. It's good.
An incredible shot. Seal the defense off. Protect the basketball. He's doing everything in his power to keep his team alive. And game on. They need some help from the kid from Canada, Stauskas. He's got to get open with some looks.
But the player of the year showing why on that last shot. Chance to make it a three-point play with a free throw when we.
Williams, Trish.
So here's the guy that's won so many awards. As Dick said, he's going to have to build a garage to put the trophies in. Burke and Albrecht have 34 of the 60 Michigan points, and Burke trying to add to it right here to cap off the three-point play.
He's doing what P.T. Pierce is supposed to do, primetime players. Really carry your club when they need you. That's why you're player of the year.
2-point game.
Albrecht getting a lot of minutes, so he's going to check Siva. He's going to need a lot of help. They're trying to trap him wide open to foul line.
Jang just knocks it down from 17 feet out.
He has really improved his ability to shoot the ball. He was wide open after the trap, and he did a great job finding the open man. No one rotated over.
Robinson gives it up to Stauskas. To Albrecht, but he threw it too hard.
You got to be very careful with John Beeline. See how much he waits for McGarry with those 4 fouls.
Louisville, if they score this trip, they'll have the biggest lead of the night.
He's got to get Hardaway on the floor as well. I think he's going to wait for the next possession when they get an offense to bring him in.
Siva through traffic. Robinson got a piece of it. Jang with a rebound. And now Morgan will pull it down and have it ripped away by Mahanic.
Oh, wow. Wow, is that a little contact there?
Big time battle for a loose basketball.
This Siva with that driving ability. Trying to use the left hand, good offensive rebound. Jang's going to spin it. Oh, they thought it was a little contact by Jang. And he spun to the left.
Smith, quick shot. Hardaway with the rebound. Michigan trying to get it back to 2. Oh, big collision.
And a block.
And Burke will go to the free throw line, but he hit the deck hard.
Just going to the basket with such unbelievable tenacity. Quick, hard driving. Shows a lot of kids out there. You don't have to be a big-time McDonald's High School All-American to become a great player. Keep working and working and working. And that's what Trey did. Coming right at you here. Goes up, gets off balance. Fouled by Jang, and then, man, that was a bad landing, I'll tell you that much. Not sure what hurts. Probably everything. So he'll go back to the line where he's hit his last 2. What I love about him, he wants the ball. He knows it's crunch time. He knows we're down to the last 6 minutes plus on the clock. He said, I got to do something for my team. I want the ball. I want the ball. He came into tonight's game in the tournament, having accounted for 149 of his team's points. He has 17 more tonight to go along with 1 assist. So he's accounted for 19 tonight. Got a bunch of guys with 3 for Louisville. Can't worry about 3 now. Not with 6 minutes on the clock. You gotta just play. Free throw line will become big down the stretch. And he missed that one. You got to convert down the stretch now. Had a little bit of trouble the last 2 nights, the semifinals and tonight. He went 4 for 6 from the line on Saturday, and he's 2 for 4 tonight.
Oh, and he had to talk the second one in.
He did. Talked it right in. Used some Columbus, Ohio lingo. Now they got to get a stop. Hardaway trying to block Seaver.
Back door. What a pass by Hancock.
Second time they ran that play, and they still haven't communicated on it.
And Michigan turned it over.
Second time they ran that simple back screen play, threw the ball over the top. Nobody communicated. And watch this. There's the back screen. There's the little alley-oop, and the finish by Seaver.
And then the Michigan turnover, and Louisville up 5 again and with the ball.
I don't think you can wait to get McGarry on the floor. I really don't.
Seaver, again the drive to the basket. Missed this one, though. And Hardaway will clear it off to Burke. Burke's going to lob it underneath.
Oh, what a pass! What a pass for the little dog who makes like the big dog, his daddy with the jab. Here we go. Winning time, the last 5 minutes plus. Who will walk out with the gold trophy? Seaver's amazing the way he drives to the goal.
Sure is.
Reckless.
Here he comes
He goes again.
This time a kick out to Hancock, who was open momentarily for a 3. And now he'll drive in and finger roll one. Bohannon got it back. Off the window miss. And now it's the outlet pass to Robinson. He leads the pack again. But Seaver stripped it.
What a play by Seaver. John Beeline said he grabbed the arm. Take a look at this, the lob over the top, the catch by Robinson. Great look by Burke. Great vision, the diagonal pass. Just terrific execution.
Michigan trailing by 3 with the ball.
Get it in Burke's hands. Good things happen.
Albrecht, a scoop shot. And now Seaver's ahead of the pack. Oh, he got pinned against the glass by Burke, but they're going to call a foul.
They call him for contact with his body. Did a terrific job rotating over.
Talk about getting back on defense, though. I thought Seaver was ahead of the pack.
There it is right here. It comes over. Wow. He said he got his body made contact. Chest to chest. You know, that's a tough call to make. You sit here. I think every game you will have a call or two you'll question, and every game you'll question a coach's decision. Those are constants. I told Andy Katz before the game, our colleague, as I guarantee tonight, there'll be question marks about a call and questioning a coach's decision.
Peyton Seaver's had an unbelievable second half.
He really's been brilliant. The pressure he's put on, running, moving without the ball with those 2 back cuts.
12 of his 16 have come this half. Burke over Jang. Didn't get the roll. Bohannon snatches down the rebound.
See, I think they got maximum. I don't mean this to be negative, but I think they got maximum out of Albrecht. I really do.
Jang. And now Louisville's got its biggest lead.
He's got to get McGarry on the floor, Brad. You got to get McGarry on the floor. I think Albrecht's giving you all he possibly can.
7-point advantage Louisville after being down 12. Robinson bumped en route to the basket. By Bohannon.
See, sometimes you're hoping and hoping and hoping that Albrecht can get open for that shot. I think McGarry's got to get on the floor right now.
McGarry, 4 fouls with 4:34 left, still sitting there waiting. Meanwhile, Glenn Robinson III at the free throw line. And again, Michigan leaving some points out there. He's got a second one upcoming. They need every point they can get, down 7.
So I think John Beeline was right on target with what we were thinking about taking Albrecht out now. I mean, obviously did a great job, the young guy, in the first half. Here comes McGarry. Can't wait any longer. I mean, you have 4 minutes on the clock.
Michigan 6 out of 10 from the free throw line this half. Robinson will try to get the second after missing the first, and did. So he's got 10 points. And a timeout with 4:34 remaining. Louisville's got a lead of 6.
throwing a lob over the top. No one communicated. Wide open. Got to switch on that. You got to communicate.
4.5 minutes to a championship.
Now, he can really handle a rock, man. He can really handle a basketball. Between his legs, around his back.
Trying to get a screen. Gary switches out on him. Jang in low. A hook shot. A long sweeping hook shot.
What a beautiful play. They were executing so well. And the reason, the play of the general, the little point guard, Peyton Siva from out of Seattle, Washington.
And now it's the Cardinals by 8.
Now it becomes almost a must possession to score.
Hardaway on the drive, fouled. And it's on Hancock, and that's his 4th.
Look at this. He makes like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Gorgui Dieng. Big hook shot. 8 points for him.
His buddy, though, Mr. Smith, is 3 for 15.
So Peyton Siva right now is the scoring Samoan for the Cardinals. Has put him in command, but can Michigan battle back? Not if they keep shooting free throws like this.
Struggling, not making free throws when they need them badly when you're down 8.
Part of Tim Hardaway Jr.'s game that he would like to improve, and he got 1 or 2 again.
Siva's certainly been the difference with the game on the line, sparked them to this lead.
Michigan only 8 of 13 from the stripe in this half. That's cost them.
Tough to stay in front of this guy unless you get some help.
Smith got a screen from Jang. McGarry with 4 fouls. Hancock 3. Got it.
Tell you what, he can shoot the 3. Missed a couple free throws. He's like unbelievable from the 3 tonight. 5 for 5. That's perfect.
And it's a double-digit lead for the Cardinals.
I starting to smell the gold trophy. They're jumping with joy in the streets of Louisville.
Burke on the drive, got it to roll in. He's got 20.
Terrific game by Burke. Got in foul trouble early.
And again, Trey Burke limping.
As the kick out by Smith, Hancock squares up really well. Great rotation.
Dick, I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse, but I don't see how Luke Hancock's not the most outstanding player in this tournament or in this Final Four if Louisville wins.
Yeah, if Louisville wins, he's got to get the gold trophy because he did it in the Wichita State game, and he saved them here when they were behind, when he had that big first half. I would go for that.
20 the other night, 20 more tonight.
And we go to a little half-court trap. Tough to trap them. They use the post and go opposite.
Siva, jumper. Battle for the rebound by Hannon, won it. Tipped it twice, now Smith for 3. And McGarry handles it finally for Michigan.
Yeah, Hannon's done a terrific job here in the second half on the glass.
Michigan's got to get points off this possession. Burke hit by Jang and hits the deck again.
Oh, is he taking a pounding? A pounding. Tell you, Jang has really, I think, won the battle against McGarry. He really has. I'm not talking about point production. He has 8 points, but he's controlled McGarry. Nobody's been able to do that in the first 5 games of the tournament.
Again, Burke fouled by Jang, and then this time he hit his elbow when he landed.
I got a feeling he's got a little aches and hurts.
Ooh, you're not kidding.
But knowing that kind of kid, you know it's going to ache more if they don't win.
His heart's going to hurt worse than his
right.
elbow.
Yep.
20-point night after having foul trouble in the first half. And he's only 3 of 5 from the free throw line. No problem with that one.
Played for a great coach on a high school level. Jared Sullinger's dad. Terrific coach.
This free throw, if he hits it, would make it a 2-possession game. Got it.
They're going to make something happen with their defense. Plenty of time left on the clock, but they got to get some defensive stops. Tough to foul, though, because they're such good free throw shooters, Siva and Smith. Little half-court trap. I like to use.
Hancock got his man in the air.
There's that ball fake.
Now Smith penetrates, and no basket. Foul by Burke. And that's 4 on Trey Burke. And so Louisville will have it under their own basket with a fresh shot clock and 2:07 remaining. We're at 2 minutes to play.
He's always got you backing up.
And then he gets it to Bohannon on a great pass, but he missed.
Staying with it, though. Staying with it. What an effort. What an effort. And a terrific effort. Shane Bohannon. What a great effort.
Now Burke trying to get away from Smith.
He got fouled.
And Smith picks up his 4th.
You're talking about a superb effort. Watch this by the big guy, number 21. Look at Bohannon. Look at him working. Look at him working right to the deck. Takes it up with 3 guys hanging on him. And he scores.
Got about 3 rebounds in one play.
Unbelievable effort. That's strength. That's power. That's the weight room.
15 points and 12 boards. Trey Burke hit his last 2. And again, not exactly pure, but he'll take it. Again to try to get it down to a 2-possession game.
Can't win though if you can't get stops.
Nope.
You got to come back. If you convert here, you got to play defense and get some stops. You got to block out and get some rebounds. That play by Bohannon was absolutely big because they should have had the ball, Michigan.
Louisville's plus 12 on the glass in this half.
And a lot of that's Bohannon and Jang.
Here's Smith being hounded by Hardaway. Cross-court pass is dangerous. Comes right over the top of us. Smith, that's a big turnover.
Smith has not played well in this game, and even the game when he had 21 the last game did not play.
No, not like he had all year.
No.
A minute and a half to go.
Get that screen. Morgan, lay that screen for Mr. Burke. Let Mr. Burke go. That was the screen.
Spins inside, out of control, but Morgan got it out. Robinson. And it's Bohannon that hits the deck hard.
And again, ball fake. Simple ball fake. Young kids out there learn to use the ball fake.
Well, there's been a couple of train wrecks tonight on plays like this.
Great fake. I mean, is there some physicality, desire, dedication? I call it the 4 Ds of life. Dedication, desire, determination, and discipline. That's what you see out here. How badly they want to be a champ.
Glenn Robinson III is 4 for 6 tonight from the free throw line.
345 teams chase that dream in October when they roll the balls out for practice. And in a minute and 20, only one will stand tall as a champ.
Little dog hits, and there's big dog looking on.
He was some kind of player. Player of the year in college. I beat the NCAAs by Grant Hill and company, too.
Got them both. They were huge. Now it's down to 4. Substitutions.
Now you got to stay in front of Siva. You can't let him beat you off that bounce.
He's got it, but he's going to get it up to Jang.
I'm going to want to get it back to him.
Hancock almost lost. Wait a minute.
Did he go back?
Rick Pitino called timeout. Rick Pitino took a timeout right there.
Then a community college, then a Division II. He coached at NAIA. It's unbelievable.
He's always been a head coach, never an assistant.
Always dreamt of this moment, and here they are. Minute on the clock, down 4.
Now Louisville with 60 seconds and less.
Got to stay in front of him.
Siva.
Tough to do.
Runner. Didn't get it.
Stepped out of bounds. Stepped out of bounds.
LeVert got the rebound, and he stepped on the baseline.
LeVert gives him great size defensively, trying to stay in front of Siva, but then he gets the rebound and steps out of bounds. Gives the ball back to Louisville.
And that's a shot clock now of 35, full again with 50 to go.
No doubt about it. Here's the rebound. And immediately, referee standing right there. I mean, that's an easy call. Even a guy like me with one eye could make that call.
John Higgins in his first national championship game as a referee was right on top of it.
Got a feeling he's going to have a few more down the road.
And now Horford comes in. McGarry goes out. It's going to be Hancock as the trigger man here. on the baseline.
You got to think about fouling. You can't let him take too much time off that clock.
Here's Smith. And if they foul him, he's an excellent free throw shooter, though he struggled against Wichita State.
Spread the court.
Burke on Siebel.
Well, he takes too much time.
That's the guy to foul. Horford did. So they waited until they got it to the big fella, who's a 65% free throw shooter. But now there's only a 2-second difference on the shot clock and the game clock.
Rick Pitino on the verge. Only coach to win 2 national titles at 2 different schools. Louisville trying to bring that trophy also back-to-back in the Bluegrass State.
That was only the 16th foul, so no free throws from Deng. And now they're going to have to foul somebody pretty soon. This isn't the guy, but they're going to have to.
Can't waste time. Stop that clock. Well, last year Kentucky won the national title. And this year looks like the title has a good chance to be back in the Bluegrass State.
Just under 30 seconds away from it with a 4-point lead. And the guy that might be the most outstanding player in the tournament's at the free throw line.
Well, he saved them 2 occasions. They were on the ropes in Wichita State. They were on the ropes here down 12. And he had a brilliant first half.
And Dick, this second free throw is to match a career high. And he's got it. 22 for Luke Hancock.
Well, if you and I were voting, he gets the MVP.
Time is of the essence for the Wolverines. Down by 6. Burke got his man in the air, got him to go past, but he missed the 3. Kept alive. Burke again. Wrap around underneath for 2 to Hardaway.
What a terrific play by Burke. What a terrific play. Question is, will this be the last time we see him in a Michigan uniform? Does he move on and enter the NBA draft? What a magical night. It's been a terrific basketball game.
Sure has. 4-point game right now with 14 seconds remaining. And wherever around the world you might have listened to Dick Vitale and yours truly, Brad Nessler, if you didn't enjoy this, you don't like basketball.
Exactly. Unbelievable. You and I, we've seen so much basketball all life, and yet we're like 2 little kids here enjoying this moment.
80-76.
Nick Pitino started at the 5-star basketball camp under Super Garth, Howard Garth. As you look at the numbers, who the possibly foul, all pretty good shooters, except for Jang.
Even Jang, and that's not bad.
It's not bad. John Beilein, his kids played their hearts out. He coached his heart out.
So the inbound pass again will come from Hancock. And McGary's going to be in front of him with those long arms and that 6'10" frame. Got it in to the guy you want to get it to, Siva. And he's fouled immediately.
I thought Louisville did a great job really negating McGary because he's been the talk of the tournament. How he has dominated. Today he's just been another player on the front court. Rick Pitino started at 5-star, worked under UB Brown, went on to Boston University to the NCAA tournament, has taken 3 different schools to the Final Four, and now looks like he's going to have 2 national titles, one at Kentucky and one at Louisville. Hall of Fame today.
Not a bad day if he holds on for 13 more seconds, huh?
Oh, it's been a incredible week. Son gets the Minnesota job. Age 30, Richard. Horse wins the Santa Anita Derby. Will be in a Kentucky Derby.
Final chances for Michigan. They're running out of time. 2-possession game. Burke, long 3. Just hits the net and nothing else. And that's just about going to do it.
It's over.
And now the Louisville fans are up at the Georgia Dome because they know it. The hand in to Smith. The Cardinals, with 1.1, the clock stopped, are on their way to becoming NCAA champions for the 3rd time in their school history.
You think they're jumping with joy in Louisville? And they dedicated this to Kevin Ware.
And now they know one of the coaches all embracing Rick Pitino on the sideline. We still have 1.1 remaining, but it doesn't matter anymore. And there's Kevin Ware. And those crutches are not going to feel too bad right now when he gets to the locker room with his teammates.
Talk about love for a player. What love they've demonstrated for Kevin. and the emotional lift they received trying to win this for him.
And Luke Hancock, a sixth man who's a captain because of the respect he has from his teammates. If he's not the most outstanding player in this event, then I don't know who is.
I'll tell you one thing was really great to see. The embrace by Seaver and Booth. Really, the respect they have for each other. Sportsmanship, handshakes. What a terrific day. What a terrific game. Brad, it's been a pleasure working with you. And I'm telling you, this is one of my thrills in my 34 years at ESPN.
It's been a lot of fun, that's for sure. It's going to be even more fun in 2 seconds as Russ Smith stands to the free throw line. Won't need to make these free throws. Doesn't have to worry about them. There is no pressure. All he can do is add to what the lead is right now, and it's not going to happen. And the Louisville Cardinals are the 75th NCAA college basketball champions. And Rick Pitino, with the fireworks and confetti, has won his second national title. First in Kentucky, and now at Louisville. The first man ever to do it at 2 different schools. What a game.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Such passion and pride, the emotion, the intensity, the execution. As a disappointed Mr. McGarry going to the locker room. As a look at Kevin Ware.
Like Dick said at the beginning of the year, there's 345 teams that think they have a chance. And in the end, only one can be happy. And in this case, it's the Louisville Cardinals. Our congratulations to them. To Tom Courage, their athletic director, Rick Pitino, their head coach, and this fine group of young fellas who back-to-back nights came from 12 points down to win. And in this case, win the biggest one there is. How about it?
Star of stars, Rick Pitino and a coaching fraternity.
82-76, the championship Cats on the heads of the Cardinals. We'll wrap things up and talk about it when we return right after this. Have too many hugs at a time like this, and Rick Pitino just got one from his son Richard, as Dick mentioned earlier, who just became the new head coach at Minnesota in the past week. And I don't think I've ever seen Rick any happier than this. I don't remember the '96 year at Kentucky, but this one I think feels just as special, if not sweeter. Hall of Fame announced today, and now becomes the first head coach in college basketball history to win an NCAA title at 2 different schools. Both in the same state, as a matter of fact. Just pretty ironic. 82-76 in a thrilling game. And it was living up to all the billing. Michigan actually shot better than Louisville. Both teams hit 8 threes. Louisville controlled the glass in the second half and the paint points. They were +10 on the rebounding side of things in the second half. And they come from being down in the first half 35-23. Another 12-point deficit, much like Wichita State, to come back and win the championship by 6. Trey Burke was sensational. If it's the last time we've seen him in a Michigan uniform, we wish him well. We certainly wish we could see more of him in college, though. 24 points. Spike Albrecht, a career-high, shattering 17 points, all in the first half. And Tim Hardaway Jr. had 12. And for the Louisville Cardinals, the national champs, it was Luke Hancock tying a career-high, 22 points. He was 5 for 5 from three-point land, and he hit 7 big free throws when they had to have them. It was a sensational second half for Peyton Siva, 18 points, 14 in the second half, and also Shane Bohannon with 15 points and some huge rebounds. He had a double-double tonight.
I thought he was brilliant, Bohannon in the second half. Siva was a dominator. He was the facilitator, and Hancock's scoring ability. Look at him. Is he having a good time? Is he enjoying himself? You think he'll be a big man on campus down in Louisville?
He might be one of the biggest man on campus at Louisville because his numbers in the last 2 games, unbelievable. Had a huge night with 20 just to get him to this point, and then 22 more tonight, and he was 8 out of 10 from outside the arc over the course of the last 2 days.
And that's coming off the bench. You talk about getting instant productivity from a player. Hancock certainly gave him that. In the first half, he saved them. And I thought the second half, the players Siva and Bohannon on the glass. And let us not forget the defensive effort by Jan neutralizing McGowan.
Partner, it was a pleasure.
It's a lot of fun, buddy.
Dick Vitale, a Hall of Famer in his own right, calling this unbelievable comeback by Louisville tonight. And we hope that you've enjoyed it wherever you might be around the world. 2 teams battling valiantly with some unlikely heroes. First for Michigan, who had the lead at halftime, but then Luke Hancock, who has owned the last couple of nights for the Louisville Cardinals. They come back from 12 down and hand Rick Pitino another national championship. Congratulations to the Louisville Cardinals. That's going to wrap it up from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. For Dick Vitale, Brad Nessler saying good night, everybody.